Welcome to AI Brief, episode 180. We know you're looking for those crucial insights in the fast-moving world of AI and science, without all the noise. So our mission for your deep dive today, to pull out the really important stuff. We're covering the latest in AI models, some futuristic presentation tech.
And then jumping into some, well, pretty surprising developments in space, medicine, even evolutionary biology.
Exactly. Plus, we'll arm you with a few top AI tools to help your productivity.
It's quite a mix, isn't it? But what's fascinating is how quickly things are moving everywhere. We've really tried to distill the key facts so you walk away feeling genuinely informed fast.
All right, let's dive in. Starting with AI itself. First up, Mistral AI. They're really making moves and refining the core intelligence. They've just put out Mistral Small 3.2. Now, this isn't some brand new thing from the ground up.
No, it's more of an optimization, a refinement of their open source Small 3.1 model, the 24 billion parameter one.
Think of it like a tune-up, yeah. Focused on making it practical, resilient, something developers and businesses can actually deploy reliably, especially if data privacy is a big concern.
And the improvements they've packed in are, well, quite significant. Instruction adherence is way up.
Meaning it follows directions better.
Much better. On benchmarks like Wildbench V2, it's up almost 10 percentage points. And Arena Hard, a massive 23.5-point jump. These numbers translate directly to, the AI being more reliable at doing exactly what you ask it to. Fewer misunderstandings.
That's always good. Less frustration.
Definitely. And they've also cut down on those repetitive looping outputs by almost half, down from about 2.1% to just under 1.3%. That boosts reliability significantly for, say, enterprise apps. Oh, and function calling is much more robust now.
Function calling. That's like when the AI knows it needs to use another tool, like a calculator or search.
Exactly. It's smarter about using external tools as part of this process. Vital for building AI that does things, not just talks. Even coding accuracy is up, hitting around 93% on Human Evil Plus lands.
So why does this specific update matter so much?
Well, because it's an open weight model. That means developers can really dig into it, fine-tune it on their own data, run it on their own systems.
Giving them more control and privacy, unlike those big proprietary black boxes.
Precisely. It's a big step for making high-quality, maybe on-premise LLM solutions more accessible. You don't have to rely solely on the huge, expensive models for precision and tool use.
Okay, that makes sense. A big deal for practical deployment. Now, shifting from the deep tech side to something more visual, Fujitsu's new AI presentation tech.
This sounds like something out of science fiction almost.
Right. AI avatars delivering your PowerPoint. And not just reading slides, we're talking full slide transitions, handling audience Q&A.
And in over 30 languages. That's the really eye-opening part.
So how does it actually work?
Well, the system basically reads your PowerPoint, digests all the content, then it uses RAG retrieval augmented generation to craft the script, figure out the pacing, make it flow naturally.
And that RAG helps it answer questions too, pulling info from the slides.
Yes, exactly. It can handle verbal questions from the audience based on the material you provided. And you could even use your own appearance and voice for the avatar.
Wow, so it still feels somewhat personal. When can we expect to see this?
It's launching as a Microsoft 365 Copilot agent. They're aiming for Q3 2025 rollout on Teams and PowerPoint. Corporate trials actually started back in June 2025, and Fujitsu is using it internally first before pushing it out globally. So it's definitely moving forward.
Okay, so why should you care about this? I mean, beyond the novelty.
It really democratizes high-quality presentations. Think about global teams.
Everyone delivering the same polished message, perfectly translated regardless of their own presentation skills or language.
Exactly. It standardizes quality, cuts down prep time massively, and remove language barriers. It could genuinely transform corporate communications, ensuring consistency everywhere.
That is a potential game changer for global businesses. Okay, so we've seen AI evolving. Let's broaden the view now. Some really fascinating stuff happening in other areas of science and tech.
Absolutely. Prepare for a few surprises.
First one, Honda is getting into the space race.
Yes, Honda, the car and motorcycle company. They just had a successful test flight of a reusable rocket booster in Japan.
Reusable tech, that's key. How did it go?
Pretty impressive. A 21-foot booster flew for just under a minute, landed within 15 inches of its target. Okay, it's smaller than a Falcon 9.
But still, Honda, what does that signify?
It shows the commercial space sector is diversifying, big time. It's not just aerospace giants anymore. A company with deep engineering expertise and, frankly, deep pockets entering the reusable rocket game could really shake things up, maybe drive costs down further.
Interesting. More competition, potentially more access to space. Okay, from space back down to Earth. A major medical breakthrough.
A huge one. The FDA just approved the first long-acting injectable for HIV prevention. Gilead's lenacapavir.
Long-acting prevention. How effective is it?
Get this. Over 99.9% effective in preventing transmission in trials with thousands of participants. It's basically like a vaccine in terms of power.
99.9%. Wow. And
Yeah.
it's an injection.
Right. Just twice a year, potentially, every 6 months. Think about the implications for adherence compared to a daily pill, especially in resource-limited settings.
That's incredible. There are probably cost concerns, I imagine.
There are. It's likely to be expensive initially,
Mhm.
but the potential impact on controlling the global spread of HIV, particularly for vulnerable groups, it's hard to overstate its importance. A massive new tool.
Truly hopeful news. Okay, one more big science story in this one. This one might mess with your understanding of basic biology.
Oh, this is a fascinating one. Spanish researchers studying ancient marine worms.
Worms. What did they find?
They found that when these worms moved from the sea to land about 200 million years ago,
Right.
they didn't just evolve gradually.
No slow changes.
Apparently not. Their findings suggest the worm's genome basically shattered and then rebuilt itself from scratch. A massive, sudden genetic leap. They're calling it unprecedented.
Shattered and rebuilt. That sounds drastic. What does that mean for, like, evolutionary theory?
Well, it potentially challenges Darwin's idea of slow, gradual evolution, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It seems to align more with that controversial idea of punctuated equilibrium.
Where evolution happens in bursts. Long periods of stability, then boom, rapid change.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
hitting fast forward on evolution, maybe triggered by intense environmental pressure. It suggests life might adapt through these sudden, massive genetic overhauls, not just tiny steps. It really makes you think.
It certainly does. Mind-bending stuff. Okay, before we wrap this deep dive, let's quickly pivot back to something practical. Some AI tools that can help you out right now.
Yeah, let's make things productive. First up, Visme.
Visme, what's that for?
It's a really versatile all-in-one platform, great for creating slick presentations, videos, other branded content. If you want to up your visual game, check it out.
Okay, visuals covered. What else?
Julius AI. This one's great for data analysis, even if you're not a data scientist.
How does it work?
You use simple prompts, natural language to analyze data, build charts, even train basic machine learning models. Puts data power in your hands without needing code.
Nice. Making data accessible. And one more.
For marketers, especially in larger companies, there's AnyWord.
Focused on copy.
Yeah, specifically designed to help enterprise marketers create and optimize marketing copy using AI. Helps ensure your messaging hits the mark and performs well.
Good recommendations. Visme, Julius AI. Anyway, we'll put links somewhere useful. So we've covered a huge amount today, from smarter small AI models with Mistral Fujitsu's AI presenters.
The Honda in space, that incredible HIV prevention shot, and even those genome-shattering worms challenging evolution.
Plus some tools you can use. It really shows the breadth of innovation happening.
It's moving so fast, isn't it? I really encourage you to just think for a moment how some of these things might touch your work, or just how you see the world changing. The pace is undeniable.
A great point to end on. If you found this deep dive useful, please do follow AI Brief wherever you get your podcasts.
And maybe share it with a friend or colleague you think would appreciate getting up to speed quickly.
Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive.